Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to First Opinions, where I cover a game for the first time. I played it a little bit and I just want to give you guys my opinions on it. This time we are covering Nuclear Throne, and it's coined its own genre called the Throne-like, which is kind of like a roguelike except its own brand of quick, fast-paced action that requires a lot of dexterity and accuracy, and is also fairly difficult, almost more so than a lot of other roguelikes that I've played. Now, before continuing, I do want to clarify that this version of the game is from the PlayStation 4, and you can pick it up on the PSN store for $12. Now, I do want to clarify before continuing that this is the PlayStation 4 version of Nuclear Throne, and you can pick it up in the store online on PSN for $12. Nuclear Throne takes place in a post-apocalyptic era where all of the humans are extinct, and you can play a variety of characters, from dudes that are melting, to a fish person, to like a little robot dude, or this like super hulky dude, or even like an irradiated monster itself. And you go around randomly generated levels and collect these green things called rads, and rads act as experience. And you use this experience to level up during the levels, and then afterwards you can pick a mutation, which gives you a permanent upgrade, at least until you die, because it is a roguelike in a lot of ways. So if you die, you lose all your progress and you got to start over. But I mean, that's the fun of these games. Now, the whole point of this game is to get to the throne, and this is very difficult to do. I've been playing this game a bit more past this footage, and I got close one time, but it's really tough. It almost has bullet hell type qualities to it. Each one of those shots that you see on screen, those red orbs, they do like 3 damage a pop, and there's really very little cooldown for damage taken. So like you could take multiple hits in a row like immediately, so you need to be like focusing like crazy. But at the same time, it's really addicting, because while the map style, or the biomes as you could call it, like this is like the desert one, and then the next biome is a sewer, and then the next one after that is like a ruined city, but each level, each time you play, is fully randomized as to like what shows up, what enemies show up, like the layout of it physically, where chests appear, what weapons you get. Speaking of weapons, you've got 125 supposed different weapons. Anything from assault rifles, to revolvers, to a bunch of melee weapons. I even got like a lightning hammer once, which, I mean, I had a strong swing on its own, but it also applied this like lightning effect that would arc to nearby enemies. And you've got like laser beam guns, lightning guns, a whole slew of like different varieties of shotguns, rocket launchers, and even crossbows that shoot toxic bolts. But combine all those different weapons with the different classes, and each class has its own like perks to it, and the different mutations that you get every time you level, and you can really dictate your playstyle. And there's a lot of replayability here. A lot of replayability, probably close to the level of The Binding of Isaac. So here's what I like about this game in particular. I like the art style, even though it's very, very retro and kind of rough around the edges. It does a good job of, making it feel post-apocalyptic, and everything's really fast, and it runs really well. I like the music. The music is excellent, probably even better than the visuals. The pixel art itself, not the art style as a whole, but the pixel art is a little on the rougher side. It's not as good as something like The Binding of Isaac, for example. But the combat honestly makes up for any visual downsides, obviously. I do want to know what happens exactly once you've reached the throne, because that's the end game. I don't know if something opens up. I know you get more characters, but I wonder if we get new modes. So I'll report back on that later in my final opinion video. Now, what I don't like about this game is that there seems to be, so far at least, a lack of complexity that other roguelikes excel at. Again, I'm going to use The Binding of Isaac as an example here. They have power-ups and abilities that you can mix and mash together to create these new, really interesting, overpowered combos that I just don't see yet here. Once you have a gun, you're just using that gun, and the only thing that really affects the gunplay is the mutations. So from a difficulty standpoint, it stays really difficult. but missing potential aside, this is a marvelous game, and you owe it to yourself to try it out if you're a fan of this kind of stuff. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my first opinions of Nuclear Throne. Later on down the road, once I'm closer to completing the game, I'll give you guys my final opinion. But until then, again, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of content. Also, hit that like button before you go, and I will catch you guys next time.